She was just cleaning guns, sitting quietly in the corner of the training base, her hands moving with the kind of focus and patience that only comes from years of discipline. The metallic click of the bolts sliding, the shine of freshly oiled barrels, and the soft rhythm of cloth against steel was all she needed to keep herself centered. To her, cleaning weapons was not a chore, but a ritual, an act of respect toward the tools that had the power to protect or destroy. Around her, young soldiers laughed, sparred, and tested their strength, but she remained calm, blending into the background, unnoticed by many, underestimated by most. One afternoon, while she was assembling a precision rifle piece by piece, an elite sniper, known across the base for his arrogance and decorated history, passed by. He watched her for a moment, a smirk curling on his lips. He thought she was just a technician, someone who maintained weapons but never truly mastered them. With a mocking laugh, he said, "You clean them well, but have you ever fired one? Leave the shooting to us real snipers." His words carried across the training ground, drawing the attention of others. A few chuckles followed, but she didn't respond. She kept working, her expression unchanged, her silence louder than any comeback. What he didn't know was that she had been training in silence for years. She had no interest in boasting, no desire to prove herself with empty words. She believed in actions, in letting results speak. Every night, when others slept, she would stay behind, practicing her breathing, steadying her hands, studying wind patterns, and calculating ballistics. Her obsession wasn't with fame or recognition, it was with perfection. Days later, the opportunity came. A long-range challenge was announced at the base, an endurance and accuracy test meant to push even the most skilled marksmen to their limits. Targets would be placed at increasing distances, stretching farther than most had ever dared to attempt. The elite sniper who mocked her stood tall, confident as ever, already boasting that he would dominate the contest. He didn't even consider her a competitor. In his eyes, she was just the gun cleaner. When her name appeared on the list, whispers spread. Some laughed quietly, some doubted openly. "She won't even hit at 1,000 meters, someone muttered. The elite sniper shook his head with exaggerated pity. "This will be fun to watch," he sneered. The challenge began. The first targets, 800 meters, 1,200 meters, 1,500 meters, fell one by one. Competitors adjusted scopes, read the wind, and fired carefully. She stepped forward quietly when her turn came, setting her rifle down with a calm precision that silenced the room. Her breathing slowed, her finger steady as stone. One shot, then another. Each target dropped cleanly, her bullets carving through distance as if guided by instinct. Soldiers leaned in, surprised. The murmurs grew quieter. The elite sniper performed well too, hitting most of his targets with practiced confidence. But as the range increased, 2,000 meters, 2,500 meters, then 3,000, the difficulty multiplied. Even seasoned marksmen began missing. Bullets drifted with the wind, scopes struggled to hold accuracy, and patience faltered. She remained calm, her eyes sharp, her mind calculating every factor, the curve of the earth, the humidity in the air, the exact pull of gravity at that distance. She adjusted, waited for the perfect second, and pulled the trigger. Another target fell. The silence that followed was heavy, filled with disbelief. Finally, the challenge ended with an impossible distance, 3,800 meters. No one on the base had ever hit a target that far. It was beyond standard military record, a shot so extreme that even the elite sniper chuckled. Shaking his head, "This is just for show," he muttered. "No one's landing that." He went first. He steadied himself, adjusted his scope, and fired. The bullet traveled, slicing through the air, but it missed, off by several meters. He cursed, tried again, but the results were the same. Frustration built in his eyes as his confidence began to crack. Then it was her turn. She lay down slowly, positioning herself with deliberate grace. She adjusted her scope not once, not twice, but with infinite patience, calculating every detail. Her breathing was steady, her pulse calm, her focus unshakable. Time seemed to stop. She squeezed the trigger. The shot echoed across the training field. For several long seconds, silence followed as the bullet traveled the impossible distance. Then, the faint sound of impact. The target at 3,800 meters shattered. The base erupted. Gasps, cheers, stunned disbelief. Soldiers who once mocked her now stared in awe. The elite sniper's smirk vanished, replaced with silent humiliation. He had underestimated her, and in one single shot, she proved everything without uttering a word. She didn't celebrate. She simply stood, brushed the dust from her uniform, and walked away, leaving the crowd buzzing. To her, it wasn't about proving anyone wrong. It was about proving to herself that discipline, patience, and respect for the craft could achieve the impossible. From that day forward, no one ever mocked her again. Her story spread through the ranks, inspiring not only women but anyone who had ever been underestimated. She became a symbol of silent strength, of quiet determination, of what happens when you let action, not arrogance, define you. And the elite sniper, he learned a lesson that day he would never forget. That greatness doesn't come from loud words or decorated uniforms, but from the unshakable focus of someone who refuses to quit, someone who keeps training in silence, until the day the world has no choice but to listen.